Hello dear friends, in this video we are going to start practice set 2.1. First question of this practice set is that identify with reason which of the following are Pythagorean triplets. Now here it is a triplet. Triplet means a group of three numbers. But is it Pythagorean or not, we have to identify. And for that we have to use one method, that is like a converse of Pythagoras theorem. In that, here are three natural numbers. In these three natural numbers, what is the largest number? Here largest number is 5. Then take square of this. Square of largest number is 5 square is equal to 25. I write here 1. Now, remaining two numbers. Sum of squares of remaining two numbers. It means 3 square plus 4 square is equal to, now solve it, 3 square 9 plus 4 square 16, we get here 25, number 2. Now in 1 and 2 both right sides are equal, these values are same, therefore we can write here 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. And as we got both sides equal, we can say here 3, 5, 4 is the Pythagorean triplet. It is our last statement. In this way we have to find out, we have to identify that given triplet is Pythagorean or not. If both sides are equal, then that is a triplet, Pythagorean triplet. If both sides are not equal, then that is not Pythagorean triplet. Let's see second here. What is largest number? 12. Then try to square of 12. 12 square is equal to 144. Number 1. Now remaining 2. These are remaining 2. Sum of squares of remaining 2. 4 square plus 9 square. 4 square 16, 9 square 81. And here addition is 97. Number 2. Now see, are these equal or not? These are not equal. And that's why we can write here 12 square is largest number is not equal to sum of square of remaining two numbers. And if it is not equal, we can write 4, 9, 12 is not Pythagorean triplet. Okay, in this way we have to identify, is it triplet or not? Let's see example number 3.
Now dear friends, third from this question, again one triplet is here, 5, 12, 13. Then first of all write square of largest number 13 square. Square of this is 169, number 1. Remaining two, these two are remaining two. 5 square plus 12 square is equal to 5 square 25 plus 12 square 144 is equal to 169, number 2. Right sides are equal, therefore 13 square is equal to 5 square plus 12 square from 1 and 2. If both sides are equal, we can write here 5, 12, 13 is the Pythagorean triplet. Okay, now let's see fourth. Largest biggest number 74. Then 74 square is equal to, now let's find 70 square. I write we solve here 74 into 74. 4 4s are 16, 7 4s are 28 plus 1 29, 7 4s are 28, 2 carried over 49, 51. Then 6, 7, 4, 5. 5476, number 1. This is the square of largest number. Now remaining two are these two. 24 square plus 70 square is equal to 24 square 576 plus, and square of this is 7 6 are 49, 00. Then addition here 76 as it is 76 as it 9 plus 5 4 1 5 5 4 7 6 number 2 means both right sides are equal, correct? It means we can write here 74 bracket square is equal to 24 square plus 70 square. Now as we got both sides equal, we can write here, it is here 24 70 74 is the Pythagorean triplet. It is fourth. Now fifth from this question, same method we are using. Here largest number 27, then 27 bracket square is equal to, now square of 27, you can check here, if you don't know you can solve. 7 7s are 49, 7 2s are 14 plus 4 18, 7 2s are 14, 2s are 4 plus 1 5, 9 2 7 729 number 1. Remaining two are 10 and 24. 10 square plus 24 square is equal to 10 square 100 plus 24 square of this 576. Then addition is 676 number 2, not equal. Therefore we can write here now 27 bracket square is not equal to 10 square plus 24 square, not equal. And if these sides are not equal, what is our answer? 10 24 27 is not Pythagorean triplet. It is our last statement, yes or no, that is the answer. Now here last, sixth from this question, largest number is 61 square. 61 square is equal to, now square of 61 here I do, 61 into 61, 61 1 here 0, then 6 1s are 6 36, okay, 1 2 7 3 3 7 2 1 number 1. Now remaining 2, these are remaining 2, 11 square plus 60 square is equal to 11 square 121 plus 3600 is equal to, addition is 3721 number 2, both are equal. Therefore we can write here 61 square is equal to 11 square plus 60 square. Therefore 11 60 61 is the Pythagorean triplet. In this way we can identify any triplet, is it Pythagorean triplet or not, by this method. Dear friends, now let's see example number 2. In this example, what is given, you see MNP in triangle MNP, angle N is equal to 90 degree. It is given in example here, MNP 90 degree means it is right angle triangle. And if in any right angle triangle altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, now here you see NQ, seg NQ is perpendicular drawn on hypotenuse MP. Now property, you know that in any right angle triangle perpendicular or altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, then all three triangles form there similar with each other, means one original and two on either side of the perpendicular, all three are similar with each other. This is by similarity in right angle triangle. And second thing, by the same condition, perpendicular square or altitude square is equal to product of segment of hypotenuse, that is by geometric mean property. Okay, both the properties we can use here, similarity and geometric mean. Now what do we want? We want NQ, and NQ is here altitude. If you want altitude and condition is like this, then you have to use geometric mean property. And what is geometric mean property? Perpendicular square means NQ square is equal to product of segments of hypotenuse, and which are segments of hypotenuse here? MQ and QP. Therefore MQ multiplied by QP, product of segment of hypotenuse. And here reason, geometric mean theorem, or you can write geometric mean property. Now put values here. NQ square is equal to MQ 9 multiplied by QP 4. NQ square is equal to 9 4s are 36. Therefore NQ is equal to square root of 36, and we get value here of NQ, that is 6. In this way we solved this example by geometric mean theorem. Dear students, example number 3 now. Before starting the solution, we have to identify that which theorem, which property, what we have to use. Now here you see it is 90 degree again, means QPR 90 degree, and from right angle vertex second altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, means all three triangles are similar, and then geometric mean also we can use. First write that given condition. In triangle PQR, angle P is equal to 90 degree, means it is right angle triangle. Second condition, seg PM, this is altitude drawn on hypotenuse QR. Now hypotenuse is QR. PM is 10, QM is 8, we want QR. QR means this whole side, but we don't get QR directly. First we get MR. MR we get. How do we get MR? Here you see PM means altitude is given 10. If altitude is given, or that is to find, we have to use the geometric mean property. Therefore we will use here first geometric mean property. Perpendicular square or altitude square. What is altitude? PM. Therefore PM square is equal to product of segment of hypotenuse, then QM multiplied by MR. Give here support geometric mean theorem. Geometric mean theorem. Now put values. PM is given 10 square, don't write only 10 square here. QM is given 8 multiplied by MR is not given. We have to find it first, then we get QR. Now solve it. 100 is equal to 8 multiplied by MR. Now 8 will come here. 100 divided by 8 is equal to MR. Now if we reduce here by 4, then 4 2s are, and here 25 4s are 100, right? Then MR is equal to, we get half of 25 means 12.5. MR we got 12.5. This we got here 12.5, but we don't want MR, we want QR. Therefore QR is equal to, how do we get QR? By adding these two segments, QM plus MR. QM plus MR, we get QR. QM is 8, it is given here, and MR we got now 12.5, and therefore at last we get QR is equal to 20.5, and it is the answer QR that we want here. Example number 4. Fourth example you see here. In triangle PSR, first write their measures. P is given 30 degree, P 30 degree, then here angle is 90 degree. Third angle is not given, that angle R. Then angle R we can say here, we can write, if one angle is 30, second 98, then third will be 60 degree. It is remaining angle, means third angle of triangle. Remaining angle of triangle. By angle sum property we get third 60 degree. Therefore this triangle is now of which type? 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Therefore we can write here, by the theorem of 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle. Now by this theorem we know there are two properties. One, side opposite to 30 degree is half of the hypotenuse, and second, side opposite to 60 is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. By using this property or theorem, we have to find RP and PS. Now here SR is given. SR is opposite to 30. And PR is not given, RP is not given. We have to find here RP. RP is hypotenuse. Okay, RP is hypotenuse. But which side is given? Side opposite to 30 is given. Then if side opposite to 30 is half of the hypotenuse. Which side is opposite to 30? SR. Then I write here SR is equal to half of the hypotenuse. And what is hypotenuse? RP. SR is opposite to 30. It is opposite to 30, that's why we have to write half. Half of what? Half of hypotenuse. Therefore here support you can write reason side opposite to 30 degree. That's why it is half. Now put value. SR is given. Hypotenuse is not given. SR is given. SR is 6. 6 is equal to 1 upon 2 multiplied by RP. And therefore 2 bring here, 6 multiplied by 2 is equal to RP. And therefore we get first value RP is 12. RP we got 12. Now second side, this RP means hypotenuse we got now. Second side we want PS. PS is opposite to 60. It is 60 now. We got here, we wrote R60. Then RP, PS. PS is opposite to 60. Then use second property. Here I continue. Now, which side is opposite to 60? PS. Then PS is equal to root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. And what is hypotenuse here? RP. PS is equal to root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Here reason you can write side opposite to 60 degree. Now put value. Now PS we don't know. Root 3 upon 2 multiplied by RP we know now. RP we got here 12. Therefore here I write 12. PS is equal to, now reduction by 2. 2 ones are 6 are. Then 6 root 3. In this way we got second value PS also. Means RP we got by using side opposite to 30 property, and PS we got by using side opposite to 60 property. Dear students, let's see example number 5, and this example is based on activity. It is very easy. If you observe this triangle ABC, here it is right angle triangle. AB and BC both are equal, right? If these two sides are equal, it is 90 degree, then the remaining two angles will be of 45 degree. Okay, means it is 45, 90 degree triangle. This is isosceles right angle triangle. And we know that if that is a 45, 90 degree triangle, sides opposite to 45, means two sides, there will be two sides opposite to 45. Which two? AB and BC. AB opposite to 45, BC also opposite to 45. Then each of the perpendicular sides, means those sides are opposite to 45, is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. That is the property. Now let's see, complete the following activity. AB is equal to BC. It is given here. Then support we write given. Okay, it is given in example. Here, about identical marks. Then angle BAC here 90 degree. Okay, right angle triangle. Now by 45, 90 degree, AB, BC both are opposite to 45, and each of the perpendicular side is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. AC is hypotenuse. Okay, now 1 upon root 2 I write as it is here. Here also 1 upon root 2 as it is. Okay, how this root 2 is come? It is right. It is written. It is factorized. Root 8, no? Root 8 is written as 4 root 2, and then square root of 4 2, and it is non-perfect root 2. If it is written like this, same. Now here this square root of 2 and square root of 2 will cancel. It will cancel now, and 2 ones are 2 is the answer. Both values we get same, and value of or length of this is 2.